In the news also today from independent media, they're telling people to clean their fans because in the bathroom and above your oven, your stove range, to clean them because over time they can become a place of a haven for dust and lint buildup, which can cause a fire in your home, either in the bathroom or even over the stove with grease that builds up in the fan. So if your fan appears to show burn marks by it, get it replaced. And if it looks like it's kind of burnt on the motor, when you look at it when you're cleaning it, I would replace the fan so it doesn't overheat and cause a fire. Because even though you removed all the dust and lint from the blades and around it and in the vent, it still might be a lot of dust buildup inside the motor of the fan. So you still have to replace them from time to time. Also, Anthem, on the cyber hack that occurred last week, we're going to go ahead and tell you that they're going to provide 2 years of identity protection, even though I know that's not enough for a lot of you, because 2 years isn't really a lot, because they stole information that went back all the way from 2004 to the present year. So there's a lot of information. Over 80 million people were hacked, and maybe more than that. They got your social numbers, social securities, and everything, your premium information, your health data. I mean, that's a serious breach, and there's going to be more hacks, I do believe, and also people taking packages off your porches. They're starting to do that. The criminals are becoming more brazen and brave to go around taking packages off your porches. So make sure that you just have UPS just keep your packages. If you know you're not going to be home, just call them and just have them leave a card, and then you can make arrangements for them to bring it, or you can go down and pick it up at their facility where they have at the processing centers where they're located. That way your packages won't get stolen. Or if you're only getting a couple packages every so often for Christmas and birthdays, and with Valentine's Days coming up this weekend, you're getting it for somebody, electronic something maybe for Valentine's Day or something, you may want to have it delivered at your place of work if your employer is okay with that. Otherwise, if they're not, then do the first suggestion, as I mentioned just a few moments ago, about just having them just leave it, on the porch. Also, there have been more hacks in computers, and also update your drivers on your computers. Make sure all your software drivers, hardware drivers are up to date with the latest patches with Windows and also with Mac OS 10. They don't always update a lot of things automatically. Some things they do, but make sure your drivers are up to date on your computer so that you won't get hacked, because a lot of hackers and even government entities are also taking advantage of these secure vulnerabilities. So make sure you update those things so you can close those. If you're using Java on your computer, always update that to the latest version, because there are security vulnerabilities in that often get fixed with the latest updates. So please update that. If you have to use Java for certain things, which we all do when it comes to video gaming and when it comes to writing code for video games or programs, computer programs, Java is a language that's often used to do that. So make sure you update your program, Java writing code, SDK packs and things to the latest versions. And, if you're doing things like that. And also, don't click on ads on Facebook or on your email that you don't recognize. Just rub your mouse over the top of the address or sender. It'll tell you. If you don't recognize it, don't click on it. Another thing, when you're on Facebook, they have a new thing that they want to tell you about that they're rolling out, to where you can give access to people in your family or maybe a fan that can keep your page alive even after you have passed on. There's a setting in Facebook that you need to look at and be aware of to make a change of that, so in an event if you do die, someone else could still keep your page and memory alive, where they'll be able to post updated photos and memories of you and other things beyond your life after you have left here, if you leave someone in charge to give them that kind of thing. However, they won't be able to delete past posts or past pictures, but they'll only be able to make updates to things that they put on after you have passed away. So you may want to give, if you leave that, you can leave that to someone to be able to do that. Like if you have a ministry or a mission or something, or maybe a foundation that's on Facebook, you might want to, put that in your will and leave that to somebody who you trust, or a few people that can keep it running even after you're gone, to keep it alive, so they can still do updates to it. All right. And of course, that's just some of the things in the news that are going on. Doctors are taking the ability away from people not to have shots. It's just a really bad thing. According to Channel 6, they said that some doctors are turning people away that weren't immunized with the latest batteries of shots. And because they weren't, they're being punished because they're trying to say that they're the ones that are spreading the measles virus around, when really that's not true. We got tests that prove otherwise. The people that got these measles shots from the doctors where where this disease outbreak is happening. Like we're telling you, the shots are a lot stronger today, so they're putting a lot more stronger potencies of the viruses of all shots in your body. So that's why you are getting sick, because you really are getting you are getting the real virus put in your body at a much stronger dose, and that's why people do get sick and why they do get symptoms sometimes, or have the whole blown illness until your body's able to fight it. And then some people die from it because of the shots, because they're so strong. There's supposed to be a weakened strain of the virus, a little bit, but they're putting a lot more stronger stuff in there. And then on top of that, they're telling you to get a shot a second time. That's not going to help the problem. That's just going to make the risk of it worse and make more outbreaks happen and more allergic reactions happen to some people. You don't need the shot 2 times and 3 times. That's not going to help its effectiveness. And they're telling people the same with the flu shot this year, to get it 2 times. That's ridiculous. Anyway, y'all check out all the latest inserts and stuff that deal with the shots, and check out on the reports. You can go to the disease control website, .gov. The latest the government disease and virus control website. You can find that out online. I'm probably saying that wrong. I think it's called the cvc.gov, and you can go there and they'll tell you about the latest outbreaks and all. If they're updating their stuff properly. Also, Obama had some controversial words that he said at the last Saturday's Bible breakfast, talking about that there's many ways to heaven, when really there's only one way to heaven, and that's only through Jesus Christ. But he was just encouraging all faiths that they all can make their way in what they believe. And that sounds nice, but really, when many people meet together in faith, you can't have true harmony or true, biblical message, because it's all been distorted by all these different denominations or denominationalism. Back then in the Bible, when Jesus put this out, he encouraged, as well as Paul did, to break away from all that traditions and break away from all those different denominations by going to the true Word of God that was left from his apostles and even himself, and just to believe only what the Bible truly teaches. But a lot of people today come up with their own ideas, or they make it up as they go along, and that's what we don't want, because that's dangerous. That's why we have a lot of different confusion and noise, and that's why we all do see through a glass half darkly, because we don't want to believe what the Bible says. We'd rather believe what we think it says, based on some false convictions from our parents, or based on what our husband or wife may try to force down on us, because they want you to believe what they believe instead of really looking at the Word of what it really says. We got to be careful about that, and we shouldn't force it force it on our children. No, we should allow our children to make that decision, free will, and allow them to use free will. And some people don't believe that, because they think everything's destinated or predestined, but everything is not predestined. The only thing that's predestined is the number of hairs that are on your head, and how your body is made on a general level, and how long you're going to live. That's what's predestined. But as far as your life, you're totally in control with a lot of things of it, not everything, because there's a lot of things you're not in control, because even though you make plans, what happens? They often change, don't they? So anyway, just be careful out there. Pay attention to the anthem hacks, and there'll be more, so be careful. But we do believe it was traced back to Russia, back to the anthem hack that happened last week, or China, and and also Homeland might be doing some of these hacks too. And also Comcast had a hack outage that only applied to their Wi-Fi for both residential Wi-Fi access points. If you have the Xfinity Wi-Fi spot in your house or business, that was affected from 2:30 yesterday to 3 a.m. this morning. So it was out for a long time. However, your regular internet was not affected, because mine wasn't affected over here at DeSilvis Media, but it was affected. In a number of states, according, they said it was a wide area outage that affected many states, and they said it was a software glitch or a hardware glitch. They wouldn't really tell me, but they said it would had something to do with the hardware or software with some glitch. When they added a new update, it caused an area-wide outage briefly to their open access points. However, it did not affect your business Ethernet points, but it just only affected the free open access point that they give to you for people to use as a common courtesy if they're at your place of home or business at no additional charge, and affected both residential service with the open access point and business service. So this is in the news. Independent Media Consortium, and of course, some of the stuff was brought to you by WTVR Channel 6 and also CNET, the update. That's why that's on your screen the whole time, because they also, some of this news was provided by that. See you later. This is Michael DeSilvis. Please subscribe down below this video. If you've got two hands, please click on subscribe, and please donate to us if you're able to, and that's your lead. Anything we can need, because it helps pay the lights and pays the rent, and helps pay Logos Bibles bookstore software, which we use, and we do advertise their products because they are good, and we use it for church, for making sermons and lessons for Sunday school, and also for morning and evening and midweek worship. So anyway, thanks a lot for all those who do donate. I'll see you later. This is Michael DeSilvis with the news and the news portion of Independent Media on February the 12th, 2015. See you later.